Guess you just texted me. Like, what?
You know, crazy?
What?
That happened the other day, but I didn't like saying I knew it was doing some bullshit. That's so.
It's like he talks all the on the internet, like he straight up used me for absolutely everything, and then boom, when they need help, it's like emergency, please call me SOS. Like, shut the f never talk to me ever again, mother.
Jack Doherty is caught up in serious trouble again, and this time it's looking way more intense than his last quick stay behind bars. This situation is shaping up to keep Jack locked up for a long stretch, and people close to the case are saying it could be a major turning point in his whole career. Legal authorities have uncovered massive, and I mean massive, criminal activity tied to his OnlyFans agency, and the scale of it has everyone shocked. And just when things couldn't get more dramatic, Jack's ex-girlfriend, McKinley Richardson, suddenly pops back into the picture, reaching out and asking Jack for help like everything is normal. The timing has everyone talking because it's coming right in the middle of his biggest legal battle yet. Jack Doherty's arrest has sparked a whole new wave of chatter, and suddenly people are comparing his situation to a full-blown Sean Diddy Combs type downfall. Jack is now standing on the edge of being fully exposed, with everyone saying he's getting closer and closer to a long stay in prison.
Hello? Okay, I'll join it in like 5 minutes. Sorry, I'm just finishing something up. All right, sorry, thank you. Bye.
A few days ago, in Miami Beach, police arrested Jack after reportedly finding illegal substances and witnessing him act recklessly around the officers. And ever since then, the authorities have been digging even deeper into his situation. The investigation hasn't slowed down at all, and every new detail is making things look even worse for him.
Him, access to my accounts and all of this stuff, the disrespect started showing.
On top of all that, the backlash exploded after the allegations his ex-girlfriend McKinley Richardson made about him. Yes, you heard that right. If McKinley decides to file any kind of lawsuit against Jack Doherty, then Jack is seriously in trouble, and the whole story could take an even wilder turn. And the evidence stacked up against him just keeps getting heavier, and I'll show you those details later. But first, there are clips going around of Jack Doherty looking stressed out and almost shaken when he got notified about the lawsuit live on stream. His whole reaction had people talking nonstop because he looked completely overwhelmed. Now Jack is staring down even more potential charges tied to the serious allegations surrounding his OnlyFans agency, along with claims about his abusive behavior toward his ex-girlfriend McKinley. This is turning into a mess that keeps getting worse by the day. And here's the wild part. Jack Doherty's entire OnlyFans business basically fell apart the moment McKinley Richardson ended their contract and cut ties with him.
Oh my God, guess you just texted me. Like, what?
You know, crazy?
What?
That happened the other day, but I didn't like saying I knew it was doing some bullshit. That's so.
It's like he talks all the on the internet, like he straight up used me for absolutely everything, and then boom, when they need help, it's like emergency, please call me SOS. Like, shut the f never talk to me ever again, mother.
The collapse was instant, and everyone noticed how fast everything started crumbling after she walked away. McKinley didn't just walk away. She came out and exposed everything about Jack's abusive behavior and the way he was treating other women working inside his so-called management agency. This didn't just hurt Jack's public image. It made him look like a straight-up criminal in the eyes of a lot of people because the evidence she brought forward was intense. And here's the part that had everyone stunned. Jack publicly admitted that when McKinley was working under him, he was pulling in around $500,000 a month off her content alone. He even said, "I evil, bro, evil. She just took 500 grand a month from me. $500,000 every single month." But those days are done. And the same McKinley who once brought him all that money is now the person who might end up being the reason Jack Doherty gets locked up for good. Wild, right? If this wasn't real, Jack wouldn't be acting so obsessed and stressed about everything happening around him. Right now, he's trying hard to paint McKinley as a liar, and he's constantly trying to shift the narrative to make himself look innocent. Sometimes he even goes on stream pretending that McKinley called him looking for help.
The thing they said, like I forced her into OnlyFans as if she didn't have a fan fix and was selling her body on another platform right before she started OnlyFans, before she even met me. And then like saying I introduced Adderall to her, like she already had an Adderall prescription like for years, like she's been on Adderall. What else was there? Like, I flipped a golf cart on her on purpose. Like, that's crazy. Like, it's not, now she's saying I did it on purpose after we broke up. It's like insane. Like, I would never flip a golf cart on a girl on purpose. Like, that's insane.
Which has viewers wondering what he's really trying to pull. I'm not taking McKinley's side either, because the girls connected to Jack have always seemed reckless and unreliable, and they don't really show respect toward anyone. Even though a lot of what they do is clearly about money, Jack Doherty still took advantage of them and acted in abusive ways that can't be ignored. Jack needs to be held responsible for his actions. No question about it. And now, to cover everything up, just look at what Jack is saying in his latest podcast. He's trying to shift the whole situation and wipe the blame off his name like none of this ever happened. His attempt to make himself look innocent has people watching closely because the timing and the way he's talking tell a completely different story. But everything Jack Doherty is saying right now sounds like straight up lies. Nothing more. Even if someone tried to argue that McKinley might be exaggerating for attention, what about all the other people who spoke up too? From people connected to Piper Rockell to several other women who crossed paths with Jack, so many voices have come forward saying Jack Dye acted abusive toward them. That's not something you can just brush off. And those serious allegations about Jack dealing with girls who were too young to be involved in that kind of agency work, those claims are not being treated as jokes or rumors at all. Investigators are taking that part extremely seriously.
So because these both went down in Florida, there's a very reasonable legal basis for her to take at least some action here. And I think that could have wide repercussions on him and hit him much harder than a slap on the wrist with necessarily these drug charges, right? Which might just get him probation. And let me talk about that real quick, because I think with McKinley, these are the real liabilities. And this is what people don't realize when you pull stuff like this, particularly with the wedding setting and everything like that. You had intentional infliction of emotional stress, taking all of her OnlyFans money, etc., all that sort of stuff. That is classic IIED, intentional infliction of emotional stress. And I think there's a high likelihood if she chose to go after that and she was serious about it, I think she could look for some liability there. You've got fraudulent inducement, misrepresentation, tricking her into an OnlyFans management contract.
And it's not something Jack can talk his way out of with casual lies. But Jack is out here acting like none of this can touch him, lying like legal consequences don't exist. That confidence isn't matching what's actually happening behind the scenes, because this time, multiple charges could land on Jack Doherty all at once. While investigators continue digging into every detail connected to his OnlyFans agency, even lawyers and legal experts are openly saying this situation is dangerous for him. They're concerned about the evidence piling up, and they're watching closely to see what other charges might drop next. I fully agree with you on that part. McKinley isn't exactly someone the public sees as innocent, but what happened behind the scenes and what Jack Doherty did to multiple women can't just be pushed aside. If Jack Dye isn't held accountable soon, the path he's on could take him somewhere extremely dark, and people are already comparing his behavior to figures no one wants to be linked with. And the way Jack is acting while McKinley brings these allegations forward is wild. Instead of staying calm or trying to clear things up properly, his reactions look aggressive and defensive, which only makes things look worse for him. He even went as far as saying on stream that his team should be pressing McKinley about the situation. And that had everyone shocked because it sounded like he was trying to apply pressure instead of addressing the claims directly. This whole thing keeps getting more intense every day. Ever since McKinley exposed him, Jack Doherty pushed his whole crew to turn on her, telling them to go after her online anytime they spotted her name popping up. He even said with full confidence that she can't do anything to him, acting like he's untouchable and nothing could ever come back on him. But now the legal pressure around him is stacking up fast, and it's getting harder for him to pretend he's in the clear. What McKinley described about how Jack treated her wasn't just messed up, it crossed legal lines, and that's exactly why things are blowing up in his face. Everything she revealed has bounced right back on Jack Doherty, and the backlash hitting him now is way bigger than he ever expected. These are the kinds of points people are talking about that could actually push Jack Doherty towards serious long-term prison time, because there's no way authorities will just let someone walk around freely after this many reckless actions linked to his name. The list of accusations is long, and every new detail makes his situation look even tougher to escape. And if you remember, McKinley once claimed that Jack Dye was stalking her using an AirTag, which had everyone shocked because that's an intense accusation on its own. But just look at how Jack responded to that claim. His reaction had people raising eyebrows and questioning what he was really trying to hide. So no matter how much Jack tries to twist the story or lie to everyone watching, the truth is going to come out the moment authorities take him back into custody. All the manipulation, all the deflecting, it won't matter when he's standing in front of the people who actually have the power to decide his future. And judges and prosecutors are definitely paying attention this time because this situation isn't some internet drama or temporary controversy. The allegations being investigated are extremely serious, and the behavior tied to Jack Doherty can't just be brushed aside like before. This time, the consequences are real, and Jack won't be able to dodge what's coming his way. So there you have it. Jack Dye's tangled web of lies, manipulation, and reckless behavior is finally catching up to him. With mounting allegations, serious legal consequences, and authorities watching his every move, it's clear this time he won't be able to slip away. The next chapter of this story could change everything for Jack Doherty, and trust me, it's far from over. If you want to keep up with every shocking update, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss a single moment of this unfolding drama.